I just decided to jump in and just start meeting Indians on this project, and that's where I started in a national spirit to map Pakistan, so we can just outbeat Indians in that thing. In UK or everything, they have to update maps every year, second year, because they get obsolete and new businesses are coming up and these things. So actually what the Google is doing is, Google is providing you a free service, like Google Maps are free to use for everybody. So it's not, Google is not making money from the map by selling these maps to anybody. Okay, it's just what they're doing is they're just making money by showing their adverts on the sites, and that's the business process.
Again, just to add my own point, this is a long debate. Okay? It will not end here. It cannot end here. Because in order to avail this service, you are making use of servers that are powered by electricity that have to be paid for by advertising and all that stuff. So just to add that angle. Okay? So आपका सवाल. I think there was another question. I'll take 4 more questions.
Actually, I have one to add.
Gigi, I just said 4 questions.
I have to add to Mr. Professor's question that he has said that after the flood of this knowledge, we will have such a fine information that even drones can attack to drying rooms and stuff like that. I have something to quote. Before the 9/11 attacks, America stated the example that we have so great information about Pakistan that हम पाकिस्तान पे पड़े ground के ऊपर एक गेंद भी देख सकते हैं, and they could not even manage their own country to that area was a no-fly zone. What I think is, in Pakistan, whether you know or not, in Pakistan, Google Maps are officially used by government to monitor things, while in America and England they have their own, their intelligence have their own, and even they do not have any sources for Pakistan rather than any other than Google Maps. So if we are concerned about security of Pakistan, our maps are already with them, and they are giving us our maps, not we are giving them our maps. So our security is already with them, so we should not
I agree with your part. And I think already discussion is splitting into 2 ends. एक है security, और एक है profitability. Like who is profiting from people like him, right? And he himself has described कि I just make ads. अगर आपने जाके ढूंढना है, how did you get to fast and news? Somebody asked me कि यार fast कितना है? मैंने कहा यार maps के web पे आ रहे हो, put it in the map. And they found it, right? Now, all he paid was his ISP कि यार मेरा इंटरनेट ऑन करो. उसने इस चीज़ की फीस नहीं दी, ठीक है ना? So ये बड़ी लंबी डिबेट है, बड़ी डाइल्यूशन भी आ सकती है कि किस तरह प्रॉफिटेटिंग हो रही है इसकी, right? तो I also want to open this floor, मतलब in a sense of questions. तो आपका कोई सवाल चलो. I'm sorry, ऊंचा बोलना पड़ेगा microphone.
Again, I'm sorry, I have a comment. It's not a question. I know that's probably not good, but I just want to share an example.
I firmly believe that information should be open. Information is out. The more we lock up information, आपके पास information आपके पास है, you keep it to yourself, I keep it here to myself, nobody gains it. We cannot build a building block on top of it for anybody. We were in the process of mapping Lahore, and we talked to the LDA, we talked to a lot of agencies, कि जी आपके पास maps हैं इस area के, we would like to plot them on a house basis. नहीं, this is highly confidential, secret, and very important maps. You finally talked to the right individual, and they said, अच्छा होंगे कहीं. And the clerk found the maps in a closet with dust. They hadn't been opened in years. Information was locked up. Nobody could gain from that information. Locality by locality, we assembled. We've plotted the houses now. And commercial companies in Pakistan now are using that data to overlay their information. So if you talk about Y Tribe or you talk about Wateen, they have overlaid their coverage data for WiMAX on top of your houses, so that now they can tell you if your house has coverage or not at a click of a button, a process that used to take about 3 hours. A person would drive to your house, you would waste your time, you would go back, and it would cost the company millions of rupees. This automation has saved them millions of an amount of money every year. This has a commercial success for a Pakistani firm. And there are many companies that are doing the same thing. If you can find out how to drive from A to B, and you can do it in half an hour as opposed to 2 hours trying to find the streets, collectively try to understand how much economic value is being created by the time you save in trying to do that. Tomorrow, all of you are going to start businesses, you're going to be in organizations, and leveraging this data that's available to you is going to create value for each of us independently. So instead of saying, I planted X number of plots, what do I gain? I think the way to view it is, how do we gain all together? And that's the beauty of the system, and it's great to hear that the data is available. So if we're plotting data, I can download that data. And from a Google perspective, it's a commercial entity, and I think it's brilliant, but the investment that they've made in trying to get this platform available for us to do this is a huge investment. So I agree that there are a lot of issues as well, but I think overall, I can see the gain instantaneously. I mean, I'm seeing it right now.
So thank you for that comment. I'd like to also add in, I will give you your questions, 2 more questions जो मैंने आप लोगों को promise किए थे. एक आपका था, एक आपका था. ठीक, comment दिया. चले.
Take questions as well.
Okay, so comments and questions count as one. We'll see. But regardless, my presentation. But the thing is, the reason I'm actually enjoying this debate is because आपने बात की about what do I get out of it, right? We have to move past that. I agree. What am I getting paid back? You know, like user edits and that kind of stuff. Like that debate is a very difficult debate to settle, right? मतलब कि आप एक तरफ से बदल से you know Google facilitated this, right? But I see it as, you know, I have nothing to do here. I'm telling you कि मैं तो बिल्कुल neutral party in the sense कि मैंने सिर्फ ये arrange किया. मेरे लिए जो ability है कि I can move from place to place. We, if you look at the bigger picture, इसमें ये है कि जो investment की बात हो रही है, this is why everyone is gathered. We are here gathered to realize कि अच्छा सोचो हम investment किस तरह वापस निकाल सकते हैं. What are the things that we can ask Google to do with us? Which civil entities can use it? LDA, Mr. LDA, आपको कोई चीज़ तो नहीं चाहिए वैसे. ये data आपके लिए available है, ठीक है? ये GPS data, ये GIS data. What do you need? Maybe we can negotiate with Google, or we can tell them कि खोलो ये हमारे बंदों में है, ठीक है? Granted, it's not that easy. लेकिन सवाल, this is the problem. We have to think about this. You're here to see what is being done. ये debate इसलिए ज़रा spark थी और इसलिए I let it go on because it is designed to let you think. कि अच्छा वापस जाके अब आप घर जाओगे सोचो कि how can we use this information? Not just कि यार ये तो ठीक है मैं आपको demonstration दिखा दी project. Great. It's up to you to figure out, okay, well, how can I use this? What are initiatives? Things like, and these are the initiatives Sarah and I just wanted to discuss with you. Okay, we have ideas how the city can gain from all this information. ठीक है ना? So I've let this moderation go. अब आपके 2 comments के और time है. I would like to take, उसके बाद we have a presentation. Sarah made a brief presentation as she introduced herself. She's in urban studies, and I'm not in urban studies. I'll tell you what I am. They can basically, there are 2 comments, and I'd like to get back on track. They can keep in mind that the whole thing is this is a community-driven effort. Push and shove the whole guys. ठीक है? ये debate की बड़ी मुश्किल थी profitability की और security की. वो तो चलती रहेगी. लेकिन आपका जो point था, someone raised a point.